Hello everyone, Boone here. Welcome back to Boone Builds. I am taking the Lego Coliseum. This is part 2 of turning it into my very own custom alternate build. I call it Castello Fortificato. It's all coming right here on Boone Build. Moto!
Hey man!
How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. I just finished work, just in time to stop by and hang out for looks like 20 minutes before Small Art Director playtime. Always
Sweet.
willing to help you help chat and keep the energy up as you keep pushing on with this epic build.
Thank you. So I completely finished the entire pedestal this morning.
Yeah.
So now I think I'm pretty much ready to start building the castle itself.
Yeah, you're set for the exciting part now.
Let's see. Somebody said, Mitch. Hey, Mitch. Mitch said, "Did you get some rest?" Yeah, I got a little bit of rest. I'm definitely feeling better than I was when I got off this morning. For everyone who is just joining us and weren't with us this morning, thank you all so much for being here. See, a lot of people are coming back. But for anyone who doesn't know what's going on here, I am taking the Lego Colosseum, and you can see the big box behind me, and it was just announced today, and I've been working on a digital model for the an alternate build. And Brett Hooper encouraged me to call this something with an Italian name because that's where we get the Colosseum from, and so I called it, I'm calling it Castello Fortificato. And I think that rolls off my tongue a lot better right now than it did at 6 a.m. this morning after 35 minutes of sleep. Super Collector says, "Are you saying the first stream was a boring stream?" No, it wasn't a boring stream. I just didn't have any. I just didn't sleep at all last night. All right. Wolverine is here. Says, "How long did you spend on it?" I have no idea. Many hours. But here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring back up. I need my keyboard for a moment. I'm going to bring back up my desk cam there, and I'm also going to. What do you think, Moto? Do you think there was added value in having the time lapse of the official build down there?
I liked it because that space is kind of dead anyway, so why not?
Yeah, cool. Right? All right. So down here in the bottom right-hand corner, you can see it's going to start off with some images and some video that I captured of the Colosseum during the 12 hours that I had it assembled before taking it back apart to build my castle, and a time-lapse build of the entire build process for the Colosseum. But now I'm diving in. Let's see here. Oh, I don't even have my instructions up. So how was work today, Moto?
Good. I'm a designer, so I just finished my first concept of something that's pretty heavy duty.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. And now it's time for the peer review. That's where things get crazy.
Tell us what that's like. Is it do you lose sleep the night before or
no?
Do you look forward to it?
No. It's not that formal. Like when I got a degree in design when I went to art school, and when we had our industrial design final reviews, this is your final, basically it's your final grade, your final exam that you've been building up to for the entire semester. That was a flat out, no sleep night before, crushing things down to get your final review, and they bring in 3 professors. And that was nerve-wracking. That was rough. But after getting beat up on that, my work, it's not that bad. I'm a user experience designer. I work for a cybersecurity company, and the stuff I do is where I'm working with a bunch of different people who are really sharp in their different departments around the business. But this is going to be this month will be, I gotta look at the date. About 2 weeks from my 10th anniversary. So I've been doing this for a while.
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah. And I know the way things work. Most of my stuff's pretty good, pretty clean. I only miss minor things, and it's usually oversights and no-brainers. I just go in and tweak it, and it's good. And then it starts to go into development, and I wait for a while, and they let me know when it's staged up and ready to take a look at as working code before it goes out the door and before Kia gets her hands on it. But it's cool. It's cool to see something that, I drew go out in the world and then see it working, and then I can do reportings of people using it. And that's where it gets really wild. You can see where you screwed up or didn't quite get it right, and people are confused and stumbling. But it's a cool job. It's a really cool job. Yeah.
Cool. Jeff McElwee is with us.
Hey,
how you doing, Jeff?
I'm super great. How are you guys tonight?
Good.
Jeff, you look like you're in the Batcave.
I could be in the Batcave. Yeah. I'm just going to leave it at that.
With a nice drink.
Yes, I do have a lovely drink. Not a Slurpee, but
that's okay.
Yeah.
Well, we can't all have Slurpees all the time.
That's true. That's what my wife keeps telling me. So I'm just, okay.
I haven't had a Slurpee in probably 15 years. That's
I am. I lived in Arizona and we did not have Slurpees, like actual Slurpees.
Yeah.
We didn't have 7-Elevens. And Joseph Zawada. Hi, Joseph. Hi, Rick. How you guys doing?
Yeah, there's a ton of people in the chat that I've been unable to get a word in to say hi to them. But yeah.
And to Zoom.
Yeah, let's take a second. Hey, everybody. Superior Brick Studios is here. Joseph Zawada, Fazoom, Space City Bricks, Boeing 727. Ooh. Yeah, finally, the king is building his castle again. Yeah, thank you. Trying to. We're gonna make some headway here.
I was really excited about your in-progress shots of this, by the way, Boone. I was super stoked for it.
Yeah. Oh, good. Thank you.
Give me just a minute. I'm gonna go grab an ornament. I'm gonna try to modify it for tonight.
Oh, sounds good. Thank you for that, Jeff. It's not like when I build with physical bricks, I almost never think to stop and take progress shots. But my experience building virtually or digitally, I suppose, is a bit different in that, I can take my time. I often will take a lot of breaks, or it might span across multiple days. And of course, like I'm stopping to save. And even the, taking a screen capture or doing a rendering something out partway through just to kind of get a sense of like, okay, how's this going? How's this really going to start to look in the real world? Benefits me a lot when I'm designing digitally. So then I just have the tertiary benefit of having these progress shots, which, is just something that I often don't think to do otherwise.
I think it's really smart.
Yeah, it's a dynamite idea.
I save my progress using cell phone shots, so if I really mess up, I can kind of go back and see what it at least looked like before.
That's a great idea.
But nothing more than that.
It depends on the model for me. Like I'll take whip shots throughout the whole thing while I'm working on it. And then at the end I will post everything so people can see how it started and how it came about and like how this design is nothing like it started at first. And it's just, I don't know. I've always done that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. I almost thinking about Moto, the taking photographs almost is like save points of a physical model.
Pretty
I've
much.
never thought about that, but it's brilliant. I've had models break, on the way to the convention or just after being in storage for a while or something like that. And I'm always glad that I've taken, that was wrong. I'm always glad that I've taken the shots of the finished product because helps a great deal when you're trying to rebuild something. to have some photographic reference of what it's supposed to look
So,
like.
Yeah, another way to do restore points is, for example, I have this ornament that I made.
Oh, nice.
So luckily, this thing has a lot of symmetry to it, right? So I'm breaking it apart here, and I don't need to take photographs because it's been replicated on every other corner. And if I mess up, I can always look at the corner. So when I'm building, I'll build a sketch model left, and then on the right side, I'll look at what I messed up on the sketch model, what I think is better, and do the right side. If the right side winds up looking better than the left, I turn around and I build the left up using the right as the model basis and improving it. And then I jump back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, so I don't have to take as many photos. But anything that has that symmetry, you can iterate by kind of keeping one half as your baseline and then improving on the other half, and then looking back and improving on that, and you bounce back and forth until you really can't see anything that could be done better. That's another strategy I use.
Life lessons from Moto.
Hey, I remember that song. It was almost like I was in Boone's Build Camp, which I hope you're still offering because it doesn't have to be summer. That is an incredible tool.
Yeah, I do still offer it. And breaking news right here, I'm going to offer 2 new mini camps. They're going to be 3 days each. The camp that I offered this last summer, virtual camp online, was a 6-day camp, and we're going to offer 2 miniature versions, 3 days each, for Christmas break or winter break.
Oh, cool.
So for folks that want a little something creative to do during their downtime on the holidays, not like people don't have enough time or don't have enough to do during the holidays, but it could make a good.
That's a great idea.
Could make a good gift. But
when is that going to be offered, or when is it going up for?
It'll be announced officially on Black Friday.
Okay.
And you'll be able to do a pre-order at that time. I'm kind of all about pre-orders right now. My life and the business and just making all this stuff works well with being able to offer stuff early.
Yeah,
I think that's cool. That's great.
It helps you schedule it out for sure.
I'm gonna incorporate some.
I'm glad I asked. So we all got the secret DL. We're all on the DL now.
Yeah. It's true. So one of the things that is used heavily in the Coliseum that I did not use at all in my castle, which I'm kind of bummed about that I didn't, is the toe ball and socket, the mixel joints.
Mixels, yeah.
Because every section of the Coliseum is attached to the next section by mixel joints. And
that just gives you more later to use for that whatever it is that's next,
Yeah, well, I thought about maybe trying to build a dragon. To put somewhere on this castle, but I'm just I haven't the pieces that I will have left over just haven't quite struck me yet, but maybe it would be possible. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I have a little bit clearer head. It's almost like it could be well, no, I'm using all the masonry bricks in the castle. I was thinking it could be almost like a stone, like a brick dragon. But I'm using all those. That's part of the problem was, some of the pieces, there's not a lot of color. Some of the pieces in this build. Now, if I hadn't done any grass, or used green as some of the contrast in color of the castle, I could have built a green dragon, because there's probably more green than any other color aside from tan. But what was the point of me saying that? I did end up, I used almost all the green in the design of the castle. But I really like how the green, sort of sticks out, pops against the tan. All right. Here we go. Now I'm back into that phase where I just like don't know where stuff is. Do you have any tan? A 1x10? There we go. That's good. All right. I need 4 2s, 4 3s, and 4 6s.
I'm sorry to report a dead soldier. This one is no longer usable.
Oh, bummer.
Someone put a tooth mark right in the top. It happens.
It does.
So Jeff, what have you been doing, man?
Been trying to catch up on some real life stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't built for like 2 weeks actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's been rough with my all the things that I blather on about with mental health. It's been rough.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
It's all good. It is what it is. But I've been flipping toys left and right because apparently it's the season. So
Yeah,
for sure, man. Like right now, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to put this up on the market or not, and I don't know yet. So.
Oh, wait, what is it?
It's Cara Dune from
yeah.
Star Wars, yeah, and she's all carbonized and all metal and stuff. So like, I don't know.
That's cool.
Yeah, just little stuff like that. I haven't built. I'm like, it's my favorite month of the year for Lego building, and I'm like, I need to do this. So I think at the end of the month, I'll go live on my little blah 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 stuff, and I'll probably crack out a Vic Viper.
Nice.
Yeah, it's literally my favorite time to build. I love Vic Vipers. I love Nen's work that he did and the inspiration that he gave to the community. So, yeah.
Nice. Love it.
I'm trying my first Vic Viper. We'll see how it goes.
I want to see your Vic Viper moto more than I want to see the Ghostbusters movie that's coming out next year.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm learning to be more polite.
All right.
Thank you.
More polite?
Yeah.
Less
Let's just instantly dismissive when I get a compliment.
There you go.
You know?
Boone, you might want to check your target for a certain vehicle, by the way.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Um,
I went to my Target today, not with the intention of buying Lego, but the intention of buying sustenance. And it was right there. And I went, oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you go all Gollum on it?
I wanted to, but then people, would stare, so I try not to.
My precious.
It's cool in person. Like oh man, like if I could, I would.
How big is the box?
It was like this big, give or take, this wide, and then it's pretty big, dynamically speaking. So
Yeah. Awesome.
It's not a small box.
Awesome. Well,
Yep.
that's I had never thought about it. I know that I've seen a lot more of the D2C sets at Target lately.
Yeah, it's really kind of cool, actually.
But I hadn't thought that something might appear, very near to or even before the launch date.
Well, not IKEA. Kohl's. Kohl's had the child before the release date, like a week before the release date.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I noticed that, and even Emily, who is Emily about things, was like, "Isn't that not supposed to be out yet?" And I was like, "Yes." So.
Yes, that is true. Okay, so I'm realizing here that I've got another bit of kind of out of order steps. I should go directly from this step. Oh no, they are in order. Never mind. Although it's still a little bit different than how I would actually build it, but it's gonna work.
I won't tell anybody.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
It'll just the plans the plans are going to need just a little bit of massaging before they actually get sent out to anyone who wants them. But anyway, here we
You're gonna
go.
be surprised how long that massaging is going to take.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
My problem is
sure,
I'm on
that's
my
true.
8th round of trying to massage instructions, but every time I massage it, I come up with a new feature that I want to jam in there. It's
Nice.
awful. It's bad.
Yeah.
I should just learn to stop at some point and just say, this is the hard stop. I need to finalize this and get it out.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't be Moto. Dismissive hand wave was the best,
No,
man.
you're right. I mean, yeah, I fully accept that. That you're right. You're right.
Can you guys tell what's going on in the chat?
Oh shoot! I haven't been watching.
Let's see
Anything
here.
happening? That's okay. You don't, it's not like it's not your job.
Scott Robinson
Kind
made
of
it.
normally is.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, it's kind of our job. That's what I'm here for. Scott Robinson made it. So, Scott, high five over the internet.
Hey, Scott.
Brickman Mosaics talked about art, and it's cool. And Boone, you already made the Coliseum. By Classic Bricks, if you look in the right-hand corner, you will see Boone building said Coliseum, all sped up and whatnot.
Yeah, so I built the Coliseum. It took some free time across about 3 days. Of course, not 3 days straight, but just some free time. And then after that, it sat on this desk overnight, and I woke up the next morning, took some pictures, took some video, and started taking it apart. So the Coliseum was completed here for about 12 hours. Maybe even a little less, but and it took so long to dismantle and sort the pieces that I didn't even. The beginning of the story this morning when I was starting this alternate build stream was the sorting did not get done, but it's neither here nor there at this point.
So,
all right.
We got a couple of questions in the chat for you. I'll read them off to you while you do your thing. Is the castle micro scale or minifigure scale?
It is.
Boone?
Yeah, Moto.
It's small art director time, but I told him I was talking to Boone from Boone's Build Camp.
Hi.
You want to wave that?
How you doing?
That's Boone.
Here, we'll
from Boone's
do
Build
we'll
Camp.
do this. How are you?
You said, "How are you?"
You good?
Oh, yeah.
Good to see you.
Bye, little Moto.
Yeah. That's great.
Nice.
Too shy, but have a great evening. If you're still running, when playtime's over, I'll come back.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Moto.
Have a good one.
See you later, buddy.
Yep. Bye.
All right. What was that? What was that question? Oh, it's closer to micro scale. My intention was not to make it. I think it's probably a little bit bigger than micro scale. It is definitely too small to be minifig scale. That being said, if you wanted to build this and put it up on a shelf and stick some castle guys up on the ramparts, it wouldn't look terrible. But it's definitely smaller than minifig scale.
Okay. Let's see here. I don't know if I'm supposed to read this one out loud, but I'm going to read it out loud anyway. It's kind of putting you on the spot, so I apologize.
No problem.
But do you want to do, let's see here, Brickman Mosaic asks if you want to go live with Travis and Corey on Monday night with them. You're going to join them.
Monday night, whose time? Here's the deal. I'm going to do, I may not this week. They're welcome to ask me in the future, but I'm doing a live stream. I live streamed this morning. I live streamed last night. I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow. I'm going to do a live stream on Sunday, and I'm going to do another live stream in the middle of the night, very early, my Monday morning. It's Australia's Monday evening, and so I feel like by Monday night, I'm just going to be live streamed out. So they're more than welcome to ask me in the future, but I think I'm going to have to take this Monday night off.
All right.
And thank you for asking. Never hurts to ask.
It doesn't. What else do we got going on? Somebody wanted to know how much the Coliseum costs. I think it's like $500, right?
It's $550.
Really?
Which seems, I don't know what to say about it. It seems absurd to me, but at the same time, like it has more pieces than any other set ever released. So it's like, is it worth it? I don't know. I haven't done a parts cost breakdown. Somebody said they felt like it wasn't a bad deal for parts. Let's see if we'll do a little analysis here. What's the calculator? Calculator. Right there. I'll bring it over here where everyone can see it. So what do we do? What's the math? My brain is going to be hurting from I got mega stream brain after a night of no sleep. I did get a nap today. Okay, 9,036 pieces, and it's so $550 divided by the number of pieces should give us the price per piece, right?
Yeah, I think that's how math works.
9,063. So 6 cents. So let's see. Yeah. So if we do 6 cents, 0.6. Wait, no, that's
0.06 then.
0.06. 6 cents times 9,063 pieces, and it comes out to 543. Yeah, so the math was I rounded down, I guess, when I should have.
Well,
I don't know, but it's somewhere in there. But 6 or 7 cents per piece, people, it's a great price on parts. If this was a Star Wars set, we'd be paying 12 cents per piece. At this size. So yes, it's expensive. It's expensive because it's more pieces than we've ever gotten before, and because I'm sure that the production process for a set with this many pieces, guaranteed, costs a whole lot of money. So are they gonna make that money back? Yes, unless instead it's a total flop, which would be a little bit hard to believe. But
yeah.
And I saw someone on one of the groups on Facebook today being like, they keep making these sets larger and larger, and their comment was like, they're just gonna price out fans. And I hear that, but I also feel like people are gonna buy the stuff that they like at the price points that they are able to engage.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope I don't come across as insensitive when I say that stuff, but I just feel like Lego has always done a good job of having cool stuff at a lot of different price points. But anyway.
No, it's absolutely right. Like it's not insensitive at all. It's just how the reality of the world is for folks. Like, not a big deal. Nicholas T wanted to know when we can buy the set. I think this week, right? It's
actually, I think it's Thanksgiving weekend. So if you're not in a part of the world that does Thanksgiving, I think it's November 27th.
Classic bricks, pick-a-brick cups are usually around $18 for the big ones, and then $10 for the smaller ones, depending after taxes, give or take.
Yeah, but yeah. So in a pick-a-brick cup, I guess I don't know what the average parts cost would be in a pick-a-brick cup. We could do a little bit of research on that someday.
Alrighty, and the Zoom took a break today from building to draw. I don't know if you saw that or not, Boone. The Spaceman Spiff classic Lego space symbol he drew today.
No, I gotta see it.
The best part is he threw it on a T-shirt.
That's awesome. Can you?
I'm doing it.
You want to screen share it?
Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna put a link up for the shirt if that's okay.
Oh yeah,
so
that's
people
fine.
can buy it if they'd like, and share off some of his artwork too. Is that cool?
Rad. Yep, absolutely. Go for it.
And I hit mute, and I realized that I can't hear you anymore. Okay, there we go.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, go for it, man.
All right, cool. But it's a great shirt. He even makes fat guy sizes, so that's why I was like, yeah, this is worth $15. So, but there it is.
Where does he? Well, I gotta look at it. Where does he host his shirts?
It looks like he's hosting it on TeePublic. I'm gonna go to the site right now, and I'm gonna press the "Can I share my screen" button with you.
Yeah, sweet.
Yep. And I got a buddy that wanted to know where we're at right now, so give me a second. I just got to do 7 things at once. Cool. And there's that. There's the StreamYard button. I'm going to press that. All right, share screen should be activated, Mr. Boone.
Yep, here we go.
Yeah, it's
That's
pretty
cool.
awesome.
Can you zoom in on that?
No. Oh, there we go.
There it
There's a
is.
better image of it, yeah.
That is rad. All right, Fazoom, you're one of my new heroes.
Yeah.
I loved Spaceman Spiff when I was a kid. It was like my favorite.
I like that it has other colors, but every Lego space jockey is going to be like, yeah, we're just going to get it in blue. Why wouldn't we?
Right.
So, yeah.
Ooh, that was cool.
It was, yeah. That's what we call a Jeff and Joey special when we do our Just Jamming and we leave our share screen open and it's infinite vision.
Infinite vision.
Yeah. Excuse me. But yeah, everybody go give Fazoom some love on that, please. Like, it's a great shirt. He's an awesome artist. I didn't even know he drew, in all honesty. And it's pretty dope if you're a classic space fan. Or a Calvin and Hobbes fan, even.
Or both.
Or both. Yeah.
All right. I feel like I'm definitely moving faster now than I was this morning. I feel like the juices are flowing. I'm at a part of the build where I'm not struggling so much to find the types of parts that I'm looking for. And I'm having a good time here. I just realized there's a part that's backward in the design from the way I would like it to be. Okay, let's see. How does this go? 3 straight across there. Good. You know what? I'm dumping out the bricks.
Bricks.
My 9-year-old loves that. She's like, these are my favorite because I love to say brick.
Classic Bricks, you can ask Fazoom. He's right there in the channel, so go ahead and shoot him that question. I just know that the shirt's awesome. So, there you go. And, yeah. I do like the shape of how your castle, I apologize, is coming out, Boone. Like, are those 1x2 bricks that you have on the sides that are running diagonally, are those mortar bricks or are those just smooth as baby's bottom bricks?
It alternates. So there's just throughout, there's just a bunch of variation between, let's see, can you see this? I should have some light behind me. So, you know, it'll just kind of stagger here and there. It's a little bit randomized, but it alternates between normal bricks and masonry bricks. There weren't really enough of either. There were plenty of both, but there weren't enough of either to do sort of the whole thing, you know, so.
And folks, that's what we call texturing.
Texture.
Yeah. If Joseph Zawada's in here, man, if you ever want to shoot the wind with somebody about castle building, Joseph Zawada's the guy. Like, in all honesty. He's an amazing castle builder.
Yeah, I gotta get connected with that guy.
Yeah, he's fair and mocking here, I think. So but still, honestly, like, man, yeah. Have you ever seen that meme? I'll find it real quick.
Find the meme.
I'm finding the meme. I can't make it into an action sequence. I'm sorry. Have you ever watched Captain Xavier? Boom.
I don't think so. Captain Xavier, no.
Yeah, he's got a Nerf channel or whatever, and like, if you don't care about Nerf, then you don't care about Nerf. But it's really entertaining for some reason, and he does Lego stuff. It's really cool. I think he's in your area, as a matter of fact, too. But he's a super nice guy.
Oh, far out.
Yeah.
Cool. Captain, tell me the name one more time.
Xavier, like Professor Xavier.
Yeah, Captain Xavier. Okay. Interesting.
He's just a cool dude.
Yeah, I'll have to check him out. There was this skateboard dude who was located here in Portland. Make a bunch of different like crazy skateboard YouTube videos where they try a bunch of different like random stuff, and they reached out to me a few months ago and asked if I would help them build a skateboard out of Lego that would actually like support a person, and I was interested in it, but it never really took off, and I'm not sure why I never heard back from them, but that would have been fun.
All right, so I can't find the meme. Instead, I'm going to show you Joseph's wonderful castle.
Okay.
How's that?
Yeah, sounds awesome.
And this is the castle from Zelda Twilight Princess. Joseph, tell me if I got that wrong or not. I'm sorry if I did. I don't mean to. To internet go, please. Thank you. All right, so here's the link. It's telling me that that's happening. Give me 1 second because I don't know how to compute it. And of course, I lost the link. I wouldn't have. All right, fantastic. This is going splendidly. Man. Oh, boy. So, Boom, besides streaming, what have you been up to? How's the family?
Family's good. Let's see. What have we been up to? We've just been spending a lot of time at home.
Yeah.
Kids doing school every day. What else? I mean, there hasn't been a whole lot new. Danny and I watched Ted Lasso, and it's like our favorite thing of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Did you familiar with that?
I am not. Actually, I couldn't actually quite heard what you said. Could you please repeat it?
There was a show on Apple Plus,
Mm-hmm.
Apple TV Plus called Ted Lasso, and we were all about it. It's this American football coach goes to the UK to coach a Premier League Premier League soccer team, and it's Jason Sudeikis, and hilarity ensues, and it's just it's touching. I'd say it's really good.
That's awesome. Maybe Emily and I will take a look at it and go from there. We watch a lot of stuff lately. We're caught up on Star Trek and The Mandalorian, so we're pretty happy.
Nice.
Yeah.
I am not caught up on Mandalorian. I watched the first episode of the new season, and I just have been. Man, I feel like I have just been nonstop since then. So
yeah, I hear you.
So I haven't caught the second one. Let's see. I must have a bag with snot pieces in it somewhere here.
Ooh, snot. For those that are not indoctrinated, that means stud's not on top.
Stud's not on top.
That's right.
Lego lingo.
Fantastic.
Another song from Boone's Build Camp.
Yeah, for sure. I'm so glad that was a success for you, by the way. I saw that and I was like, I know that you're you and you do you really well, But I was also like, man, I don't know if that's like gonna fly or not. Like just because of how the state things are right now, right?
Right.
And then the fact that it did, I'm just like, yeah, that sounds about right. So I'm really happy you and Danny had success with that, man.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah,
it was really, it was awesome. It was a great thing that we got to do this summer, and you know, she's really gets to use her gifts, and okay, hold on. Now it's hard for me to see what and feel like a valuable part of what we're doing here, you know.
Plus, you guys got to work together on a project, which is if you have a partner or a spouse, like in all honesty, that's the best thing you could ever do.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so I just need those all the way around. I feel like my desk is too big of a mess. I shouldn't have dumped out all these masonry bricks.
Masonry bricks are probably one of my favorite pieces that Lego's released in the last 10 years. Being honest.
Yeah, has it not been more than 10 years?
I don't know, man. Like time is funny.
maybe about 10 years?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. This is going to be interesting. Getting all these to stay straight while Hey, that wasn't bad.
That's almost like a Mills plate construction that you have going on there with that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And really, the whole center section on like the ground level of this castle is just basically dead space or solid. But there is some interior to look at on a higher up level. But just getting the structure, you know, I wanted the base to be really, you know, as structurally sound as I could possibly make it. Okay, let's see. So it ended up being just sort of thick.
Hey, Fazoom, do you want a free? Not Fazoom. Hey, Boone, do you want a free T-shirt?
Yeah.
All right, Fazoom, send him a T-shirt.
What? Why? Where did that come from?
He nonchalantly just said, "Oh, I can hook him up with one if he wants one." And I'm, you're busy building, so I'm, just making sure that yes, you want a free T-shirt of that.
Listen, I love Spaceman Spiff. Spaceman Spiff was by far my favorite Calvin and Hobbes. What would you call that? Recurring segments.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I love Classic Space. So, okay, I gotta do some counting here. How many 1x2s do I need? 1, 2,
All right,
3,
Joseph Sawada just came in with the pinch.
4, 5, 6.
And he sent me the meme, so we're just gonna do that again.
Sweet.
Yeah.
6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, it is 4:23. I feel good about the progress I'm making here. I think this stream is going to go until 6, so we got about another hour and 20. And Jeff, by all means, don't feel like you need to. Oh, we got a Dave in the. Hey, Dave, how are you?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, Dave.
Did you have to wait less than 20 minutes this time?
Yeah, it was like 30 seconds.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Dave, I am on it this afternoon.
Yeah, Jeff, for your benefit, I was kind of trying to get his attention through smoke signals and semaphore and stuff this morning. I was in the backstage for like 20 minutes and couldn't get his attention. It was funny.
That's awesome. Emily's gonna be home pretty soon, Ben, so I'm probably gonna bounce out, and then I've got Dungeons and Dragons tonight. So,
Oh
No
man,
problem,
I wanted
man.
a chance to talk to Jeff for a bit. Oh well.
I really appreciate you coming by.
So basically, what you're saying is, hey, want to come hang out while we talk about Lego stuff? Yes, that answer is always yes. It's kind of like, hey, want to see my dogs? Yes, I would love to see your dogs. I would never not say no.
I'll have to hit you up on Facebook later then, and we'll set something else up.
Yeah, for sure. Well, how are you doing, Dave?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I am super fantastic.
I meant to ask you this morning, Boone. Is that a Stream Deck under your right monitor?
It is, yeah, but I don't use that with StreamYard, so it's just kind of sitting there at the moment.
Yeah, I have one of those too. I bought it for Microsoft Flight Simulator, but I'm using it for all kinds of stuff. In fact, I have meetings for work that I have to attend, and it was always a pain grabbing all the URLs for the different meetings. So I just programmed them into Stream Deck buttons.
Hey, that's a great idea. Yeah, that's the thing is, I am severely underutilizing the Stream Deck because it can really do those buttons can be programmed to do pretty much anything.
Yep.
But anyhow, it just sits there.
Did you get some decent sleep here for a bit in the middle of the day?
I believe I got 2 naps today. I laid down at 10 or shortly thereafter. I watched Richard and Flynn's stream for like a few minutes. And I had a meeting at 11:30. And I don't really think I actually slept between those times. But then let's see. So at my 11:30 meeting went to about 12:30, and then I ate lunch. And then I went back and I laid down, and that's when I actually did some sleeping.
That's good.
And then, and now I'm back.
Because you have so many things coming up over the next couple of days.
Yeah,
we don't want you crashing from lack of sleep.
It's gonna be bad. Who was it that asked if I wanted to be on their stream on Monday night? And I had to hopefully politely decline because I'm just by Monday I am going to be a mess.
Yes.
Yeah, you're a pretty busy dude this week. That's for sure. Weekend even. Holy smokes.
Yeah, actually it's kind of funny because since quarantine and doing more streaming and stuff, my Thursday to Sunday are definitely my busiest days. Monday is generally my day to really take it easy. And then Tuesday, I sort of start to ramp up and kind of start figuring out how the later week is going to look. Wednesday, I'm usually creating some content, and then it's Thursday, I'm back to streaming. So, oh wait, I've done this wrong.
I'm really looking forward to the season finale AFOL Spotlight. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, I hope so. I think it will be.
There's a season finale coming up?
Yeah.
Oh, he tells me nothing.
Were you not there on Thursday night when I made that announcement?
Boone, I was going through some stuff Thursday night. I might have been in the chat, but I wasn't paying attention. I apologize.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
It's all good. It's all good.
I don't mean to make it a. I didn't mean
No.
thing.
You didn't. You did not make it a thing at all. But what's going on with the season finale? I'm more excited about that.
Hold on a second. I think I just realized I did something wrong.
Oh.
I'm going to have. I'm gonna have at least the Hanlons on from Beyond the Brick, and I'm gonna try to see if I can get some of the other Beyond the Brick contributors in there, just to kind of, have a nice big Beyond the Brick party. But yeah, that's gonna be we're gonna try to make it a fun night.
For sure. Are you gonna participate in the 24-hour stream that they're doing this year?
I'm sure on some level I will. I think for 2 years I was one of the guys that kind of did all 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And this year, I probably will not do that, but I will certainly be dropping in there.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do 24 hours anymore. Could in my younger days, but not now. Probably.
I was with you. Brian has been talking to me about it. And I'm like, yeah, I'll sign up, whatever. I'll stay as long as you need me to, Saviano, no problem. I did a 5-hour stream with Hinkle this morning, and by the end of it, I was like, okay, I'm done now, right? And
yep,
that was nuts.
Yeah.
What were you in Hinkle talking about?
So Hinkle does his Friday Doodle stream every Friday.
Gotcha. Cool.
And today was a 2-year anniversary for his Patreon subscribers. And there's Brett. What's up,
Brett? It's been so long, Brett.
Oh, sorry. Here we go.
Hey, Brett, I don't know why when we were doing, was it Brick and Update last weekend?
Yeah.
And I was asking you, I tell you, folks, stream brain is a real thing. It's like it creeps in and I can't think.
Yes.
Because I was like, I said something about like, how long has it been since we've been in a video together? And it had just been like a couple weeks before when we did the Pirates build with these guys.
Yeah.
Well, for whatever it's worth, yeah, I was talking to Brian Saviano and saying, is Boone going to invite you to be on his stream someday? And then he was saying some other things, and I went, wait a minute, were you already on his stream? And I watch every single one.
I knew you looked familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's happened enough times now. Like there's been enough episodes where people don't know who's been on and who hasn't. So I feel like in 2021, like I could start having people back. I mean, there's so many people out there that I need to have on, but
yeah, and I don't think you're going to have any shortage of people for the list to be able to get on the show.
Right.
Yeah, Cafe Corner says, "Oh yeah, definitely stream brain is a thing." And
you need her on the spotlight, Boone. By the way, you need CC on here one night.
Okay.
Just saying.
I don't know who
good.
that is.
I gotta put. I have a list somewhere.
CC's good people. That's who she is.
Cool.
And she's
Cafe
a good
Corner.
builder. Yeah.
So
The time lapse just started over. What's up, Brett?
I was gonna say I'm really glad that the walls seem like they're working out for you.
Yeah, thanks a lot, dude. So when I was first starting to test out when I was first starting to build these walls in Studio, I just wanted to make sure that this geometry works. It's basically like, I don't know what it is. Is it like 17 by 17 or the thing is 17 long and it hits 15 by 15 or something like that?
Yeah.
And it totally just works out. You can put the hinges on there and have this angled wall. It's basically the same wall. These angled walls, it's basically the same length of the wall on the front of the corner garage from the modular line. And that works out. That geometry is the word I'm looking for.
I'm beginning to think this might be a 4 or 5 part stream.
Definitely, it may be. But anyway, Brett was willing to. When I was first doing that testing, I was not in my studio. I was away out on the road, and I didn't have access to any of my stuff. So Brett was kind enough to kind of put some pieces together for me to test that. And he was able to say, yeah, that really does work. And so thanks a lot, Brett.
Yeah.
You're welcome. I didn't know what I was doing, so we were still in the secret phase.
So when I sent the first progress shots, which was really just like the height of these walls, I didn't share any in progress shots that showed like the full height of the castle until it was done.
Yeah.
But when you saw those first progress shots, did you immediately know that that's what I had been using that geometry for?
Yes, but I did not know where the parts came from. That makes sense.
Yep.
It took me a while to figure that out.
Yep. Well, I was not allowed to say.
That's fine.
Understandable.
It's definitely a thing. Do you ever find yourself going crazy? Like you can't talk about this thing that you have, Boone. Like we sent this to you in total confidence.
Not really.
Oh. All right.
Going crazy?
Well, I want to tell
you. Like I really want to. Yeah, of course I do really want to. And sometimes I'll find, to be honest, I don't know if I should say this, but sometimes I'll find like a close friend that's not really connected to the Lego community and just tell them
yeah
to just sort of so I can let go of like having a
Yep.
secret, you know.
Yep.
And then like they're not going to tell anybody, and they didn't really care to begin with.
Right.
You have a few people that are in like the ambassadors network or that already know that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
you could tell them, or
Yeah, that's
talk
true.
to
And we do talk about stuff sometimes, but we also like particularly with offers that we get from the AFOL engagement team. We don't necessarily know who else got those offers.
Yeah.
So we might have information before necessarily, like I probably am saying too much. I shouldn't say all that, but I'm just saying, like, we don't necessarily know. We don't necessarily know who knows.
Right.
And like, we had to keep our mouths shut to such a great degree with Lego Masters that, like, I'm just kind of used now. I'm used to not talking about stuff that isn't allowed to come out yet.
Yep.
But
Makes sense.
It does.
I have to say, Boone, I was really impressed to hear that you built it and then you took it all back apart already.
The Coliseum?
Yes. That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And I wasn't surprised. You said you were surprised at how long it took you to take it back apart. I'm not surprised at all because I've done that with my first big hotel, which was like 6,000 or 7,000 pieces. No, that was 14,000 pieces. I take that back.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, that took forever.
It's nuts.
Yeah, it took a long time. That's what I'll say. Okay, I need 6. I love this piece. The rounded. Oh, hold on. I'm focused to the table, so but the 1x2 rounded.
Yep, those are useful.
Those are great.
And there's tons of them in this set. There's like hundreds in dark tan and hundreds in. I don't know. I might be kind of sticking out my bum there. Let me see if I find the manual. I'll actually be able to tell you. Nope, it's inside the house. Never mind.
I know earlier you were talking about having 40 or 50 of this thing or that kind of thing, and I was like wondering what is the most pieces in there? Like, is it 1x1 plates? Like a ridiculous number or something?
1x1 bricks. There are. Let me. You know what? Here, I'll pull up the. If I open a new. Well, that's not gonna be that easy because. Or is there a? But one of them is it's hundreds. It's like 500 some odd somethings, and I just don't know off the top of my head which one it is, but it might be like 1x1 bricks in tan, or the 1x3 arch. There are so many of these things in this set that it's absurd.
Yeah, I'll bet.
So Brett, it was funny because you reached out to me a few days ago and you were like, "Hey, I'm off work today. I've got time to sort. If you need help with anything."
Yeah.
And that was like the day that I wasn't making progress on any of this stuff because it was like the one day that I knew I could like spend the entire day with my family.
Yep.
And then it was literally like 24 hours later, I needed to be taking apart and sorting, and I was like, man, I wish I'd been like one day ahead of the curve on this, and Brett would have been a huge help. But unfortunately, I just wasn't far enough along. I wasn't far enough down the road on that process.
I don't want to brag or anything, but I've got a lot of brick separators. So.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. I was asking. I enlisted the help of Jordy and Charlie's brick separators. I was doing that work in the house because it was also getting really cold in my studio the other day. And so when I started doing the dismantling, I went inside the house. And there's certain parts of my house that are easier to take stuff apart without feeling like parts might bounce away into oblivion, And unfortunately, my studio isn't really one of those spaces. But okay, what do I got next?
So,
You know.
let's see here. Super Collector, that's a very interesting question. As far as I know, I think Boone might be able to answer that. He might not be able to. Boone, Super Collector would like to know, how many subscribers do you need for LEGO to start sending review sets?
What I understand is that it actually isn't a hard number on subscribers. They have a team of people each year, so you have to apply. So Super Collector, you could apply after the first of the year to be accepted. Now, I do know that like your impact on the community is something they seriously take a look at. So that would just be,
Yeah.
that just depends from media outlet to media outlet. But there's just, I was able to get in, and I have fewer subscribers than many of the other people who have been accepted.
But
I know
you're also on a national level as opposed to them that is on a YouTube level or whatever,
Right.
because of,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they just, they told me that they really appreciated just kind of the work that I had put into fostering a community around, around the stuff that I'm doing here, and I think they really appreciated AFL Spotlight and how I'm, really trying to illuminate the creativity that other people have going on. Anyway, so there's a lot of factors.
Hey,
But
Molly,
back when I was, the first time I went to Billund, actually Brett and I were there together in Billund, and Kim was what was he at the time? Was he the AFOL engagement guy,
Yeah,
or was
engagement coordinator, something like that.
And I asked him at the time, because Brett and I were just representing Beyond the Brick that weekend. And I said, like, how many subscribers do you have to have? And he said, it's really not about that. He's like, it's a number of factors that are considered. Okay, let's see. I hope I answered that. Hey, Molly's here. Molly, I'd love to get Molly on the AFL Spotlight in January as well, Molly.
Ooh, that would be good. Yeah,
You're
Molly would
available.
be great.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. I think I've hit everything on this step. It's hard to tell because for some reason this new 16 by 16 brick is not rendering. I don't know if you guys can see that this big brick here.
Oh yeah,
There's I think there's 3 or 4 of them layered in this now. They're just like not rendering in here, so it just looks like a giant hole through the center.
Wait, so it's in the parts list. You can put it in, and it just doesn't render.
Well, you can see some of its studs here. I don't know if you can see that, but like some of its studs are rendering, and it's not rendering the entire brick. But that's a brand new element.
Right.
And the interesting thing, when I first started building this, I used the element creator in Studio to build that element from scratch because it didn't exist in the palette yet. So when I started building this castle digitally, I was using, for this 16 by 16, I was using a custom part from the, what is that called? The Bricklink Studio custom parts builder, or whatever it's called.
Yep.
And it didn't render either. And I assumed that it was a problem with this like custom part that I had created, not wanting to render. And then I did an update, and I realized that, well, let's see. I did an update, and I realized that they had put in the new piece.
You guys have a nice night. I gotta go.
All right. See you, Jeff.
So later.
Hey, good to see you, Jeff.
Have a good
Jeff,
evening.
thank you for coming on, buddy.
Bye-bye.
So whatever it's worth, for whatever it's worth, Boone, I just put that piece into Bricklink Studio in black because it's not available in olive green yet, and it renders okay on mine. But that's the only piece I have in there right now.
So maybe the olive green has something to do with it, or
I don't know how you got it in olive green because it doesn't show up in that color yet for me. Did you
in Studio?
Or did you just uncheck the box that says hide colors that aren't available?
I unchecked the box because there are other elements in this set that came in brand new colors.
Yeah.
That are not available on Bricklink yet.
You'll probably see an update to Studio for that before too long.
Yeah.
So I'm going to turn that checkbox off and try to bring it in olive and see what happens.
So after the new element was in there, I was like, oh, well, this is going to fix it. And it didn't. It has the same problem rendering. So I'll be curious to see what results you have there.
So Wolverine is here had asked how many pieces are in your castle, and you said something like 6,200 or something.
Oh, like it's over 6,000, but it might be just over 6,000.
Okay.
Let me see. You know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to save this. Someone remind me I'm on step 108.
Yep.
And I'm going to pop out to the main model here, and I'll be able to tell you how many pieces there are.
And yeah, I changed it to olive green, and it still renders okay. So I don't know.
File open. Maybe I broke it with yeah, I don't know. Okay, hold on. So I've got a submodel in here, and in the submodel there are, someone do some math. Oh, it'll be easy math. So in the submodel there are 998 parts, and in outside the submodel there are 5,033 parts. But I think the submodel counts as one of those parts, so 5,032 plus 998.
So basically 6,000.
6,030, something like that.
Yep.
6,030 pieces. So it's less than 6,100. Okay. It is more than. And now I can open up a new. If I go to a new, here I'll sit down while I'm doing this. In the Coliseum, there are, here I'll do some honorable mentions. There are 340 1x3 arches.
Oh.
There are, let me see if we got any others. There are 304 1x2 plates in tan. There are,
there's actually an easier way to do what you're trying to do.
What?
Go to the model menu and go to model info at the bottom.
Info. Where is that?
If you go to the model menu up at the top, do you not have model info?
Oh yeah.
And then model, you can sort by quantity.
Info. Oh yeah, but I got to have them all in there. It's only showing me the two that I've placed.
Really? It should show you everything in the. Oh, okay. You didn't place them all in. That's why.
Yeah, because I'm trying to tell you how many pieces are in the Coliseum, not how many pieces I used in my.
Yes.
But the kicker is there are 613 1x1 bricks in tan. So I think that's the highest number of an individual element in the Coliseum, and you got to put them all in there by hand. 633 just of that, or 613 just of that element. It's crazy.
Yep.
I'm not going to save that. I don't need to save that. What step did I say I was on? 108?
108, yep.
108. I was curious if your castle was bigger by pieces than like the UCS Falcon, but it's a little bit less.
Yeah. I was not aiming to be bigger than anything in particular, although I do believe that if I can get it on If I can get myself some good plans and put it up on Rebrickable, I believe it will be. Well, I believe it would be. Let's say hypothetically that happened. I don't want to promise that that's going to happen. I don't want to, but mainly I don't want to boast about it before it exists, because then someone else will come in and do something else. But
Sure.
It could be or would be the largest alternate model on Rebrickable.
Nice.
But I have yet to do that, so we'll see. We'll see if and when that actually comes to pass.
Do you think you could build something out of the remaining pieces that you didn't use?
Maybe. There is a little side model. I think you can see that in the image that I show.
Yeah.
And that's actually, interestingly enough, that's what I started with. Here, let me see if I can show that. Where is it? So this little thing off to the side, this is actually one of the first pieces I built of the castle, and I imagined these spires like being somewhere up on the castle.
Mm-hmm.
And in the end, I just didn't have a place that I thought was a good fit for those. But I liked them, so I was like, well, you know what? They'll just be sort of like a marker out there on the other side of the bridge.
Yeah.
And I had enough, more slopes that I could create just a little mound there with some more grass on top. So that could I? Yeah, I was talking earlier about I've got all these mixel joints that, there's tons of mixel joints in the Colosseum that I didn't really use, and I think it could be fun to build a dragon, but I'm a little bit stumped on what the rest of the dragon would be made out of. There's certainly enough mixel joints that I could make a pretty cool articulated thing, but I think the dragon, if I do that, when I get down to the end, it'll be so much easier to kind of mock up a dragon using physical bricks than on Studio, at least for me and the way my brain works.
Mm-hmm.
Is mixel joints what they used to do the curved walls, or did they use something else for that?
Yes, it's a combination of the hinge plates and mixel joints.
Mixel joints is something I definitely want to add to my repertoire. I've never worked with them yet, but they seem like they would solve a lot of problems.
Well, and I'll tell you what, the geometry that they achieve, and when I say it's both mixel joints and hinge bricks, I literally mean like working together to make the same angles.
Right.
So there was some, the way that they used mixel joints in this build, in the Colosseum build, taught me something. It was literally like forming some shapes that I never would have kind of quite imagined would work with mixel joints. But anyway,
I've been wanting to do something with like a spire roof, but on a larger scale, and it seems like mixel joints might make that a little easier to accomplish.
Yeah.
Pull a moto and have all those things in different directions. And
yeah, I mean, I think he said that in a previous stream that those were on the pick a brick wall, and he just bought a ton of them, and that's where I think the first place he used them a lot was in his wolf.
Yeah.
And apparently those are on the wall in other parts of the country right now. I'm hoping they show back up at our store here before too long, because I'd love to buy a bunch of them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we should make a recommendation to Mike.
Yep. I talk to Crystal all the time because she's the one that I think is actually doing the parts ordering now.
Oh, right.
And she'll put stuff on if it's available. But she told me, I saw her the other day, and she said that right now there hasn't been a lot of different stuff for her to order.
Okay, I'm looking at this the wrong way. I don't know why I do that to myself when I've got complete control over the view here. Okay, am I done with that? I'm done with the inside walls. It's just going to get more and more tedious. I've given myself, particularly in this center section, kind of the mid section of this castle, I've just given myself too many items in each step. And I mean, it's okay. It's not too many. It's just a bit too many.
Yep.
But anyway, what do you guys? Are you, Dave? You said you're doing lug tomorrow.
Yep. Yeah, there's a lug meeting tomorrow, and then, yeah, Brett and I actually just got off a video chat with another Lego friend of ours in Australia.
Yep.
Nice.
And then I don't remember. I have several other Lego things. It's like a full Lego weekend for me. What else do I have?
Awesome.
Lug tomorrow. Oh yeah, that's right. A meet and greet for another YouTuber that I'm a member of their channel.
Yeah, cool.
Cool. I'm going to be watching Mark and Boone tomorrow, and Mark's in the chat right now.
Hey.
Oh, there he
Mark
is.
in the
Yep.
chat.
Yeah, I want to try to watch them tomorrow as well.
Said, Boone, keep working.
Right, that reminds me. I need to put that on my. I need to put that on my calendar. So
I hope Mark's okay on building a castle, because that's what you're doing tomorrow.
No, I'm afraid the castle's going to be back like Monday.
Okay.
Because I'm going to have to stop for. I'm not going to finish it tonight. Although I am going to break for dinner tonight, but I may be back later tonight. And who knows? Who knows how late? I have no idea how late I'll be able to stay up tonight. But I'm trying to get as far as I can on this. Moving a little bit slow. If I was just building and I wasn't streaming, I would be quite a bit farther, I think. But
yep.
You know, whatever.
That's pesky guests just keep distracting you.
I think the guests help. It's just it's just trying to do so many different things at one time.
Yeah, you can't really focus.
Just remember, Boone, that Rome wasn't built in a day. So
that's true.
That's right.
Thanks, Molly.
Who said that? Molly?
Molly asked how many jokes of that she's missed, and I haven't heard it yet, so I said.
Oh yeah. Well, we are only as cultured as our most cultured stream representative at any given time. So there you go, Brett.
Yeah.
What have I done? Oh, I see. Oh no, these walls are flimsy until the second hinge is added.
Yep, I know how that goes. How long how long do you think it took you to do the design in studio? Because it's a really cool design.
People have been asking me that, and it was a very long time. It was many hours.
Oh yeah, but like over calendar days, was it multiple weeks? Was it several months or?
No, it was. I mean, it was about 3 weeks.
Okay.
Didn't necessarily work on it every day in those 3 weeks.
Right, I understand. Yep, that's cool. That's very neat design.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, I hope it's as cool. I'm really excited about it. I'm excited to get it done and have it exist in the real world. I'm hoping it's as cool to me and also to everyone else as I think it is, digitally. But we'll see.
Well, that's what I've found as I've done several MOCs now where I did the design in studio. It's so satisfying to see a design you've worked on for tens or hundreds of hours become a physical thing. It's just really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've never done that with, any particularly large build. But it is fun. I mean, back when we were working on Brick Rogers, the prototype for the Brick Rogers rocket was done in studio. And that has always been one of my favorite MOCs. The ADP fire engine that I did, I find it very enjoyable. And, some people are really die-hard bricks only. Some people really love digital. And I love both.
Me too.
Yeah.
Did you do any of Ewok Adventureland in digital?
No. Nope. That was completely just kind of free building.
Well, I found that certain things like foliage and actually, I suppose, mixile joints to some degree can be a pain to do in studio, and they're
Yeah.
easier. They're easy to do in real life.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, and the thing, to me, something like Ewok Adventureland was just so much more conceptual that I didn't feel like I had any problems that needed to be solved using the digital platform.
Mhm.
For me with this model, the main problem that I wanted to solve was that I wanted to build it before, how do I say, I wanted to be designing the castle model before I logistically had like time and space to put into building the actual Colosseum. So, the problem that I was solving there was like kind of a parts inventory space and time problem. If that makes sense.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. What do I got here? I think I'm done with that. Moving up a level. Ooh, this is going to add some... We're almost ready to add some serious structural integrity to this thing.
Sweet.
Well, Brett, have you been working on anything that I don't know about?
Actually, I found something while I was cleaning yesterday.
Oh.
I found a Batman
That's
rock
twice
band.
that happened, Brett.
He's not attached.
What is it, a Batman rock band? Hold on, I'm
Yeah.
going to full screen you.
Yeah.
Batman rock band!
I started building this and I was like, this is going to go into some display. So all these minifigs that came with the guitars and like crazy like prints and hair and stuff. So I need to put some big speakers, some flames, some minifigs out in the mosh pit. So
Yes, you do.
this was sitting on a shelf, like back behind stuff that I hadn't seen in a while. I'm like, hey, I forgot about that.
That's
And
awesome.
when I saw it, I told Brett the first thing that came into my mind was, the lead guy in the band needs to come out and say, "We're Bat Band."
Yes.
Yeah. Batman.
Oh, while I'm on big screen, I like this minifigure. I gotta take off this. He's got really cool like hair and a pretty shirt and his face.
What is he from? Did you make that or?
No, I did not make it, and I'm trying to remember. He might have been from a CMF, like one of the poly bags. He's got this
He's got
dragon
a tattoo even, yeah.
on his side. I was just like, that's really cool.
That is cool.
I forgot about him. So
Nice. I like it.
see, Aqua Mike asked if I'd ever built a mech, and I have built one. And I built it because I was going to be putting something next to Mark. So I built an ambulance mech. I took a city ambulance and basically took all the structures off of it and put like the kind of the back where you'd put a patient and the windows and all that equipment stuff. Like that was his chest, and then the cab was the head that he could drive. And I just recently put that in a box, so I can't pull it out yet. But
I remember that.
yeah, I don't build too many mechs, and I don't do too many apocalypse things. But if I do it, it's because I want Mark to see it.
Nice. Cool.
Where'd everybody go?
I'm gonna have to try really hard to keep myself from. I'm sorry. I have to exit your solo layout.
There we go.
I left you up there for an extra amount of time because I needed to pick my nose. No, I'm just kidding. That's sometimes like if I'm doing a stream, like if I'm doing a stream and I feel like I don't want to like eat or drink on camera, I'll full screen one of my guests and like
You're giving away the secrets.
like take a quick But on a casual thing like this, I'll take a drink
Yep.
while we're on. I feel like I had a question just before all that happened.
Molly says, Brett, we're admiring your Lego.
I just got these new shelves for my birthday, so last month. So they got some new stuff up there. So
Cool. Cool. There's that. Okay. Did anything get added to the center? No. Oh, the gates. I have to build the gates. Sweet. I don't feel like now is the time to build the gates. I feel like I want... Oh, geez. When do the next hinges come? Holy smokes. Why did I do this to myself? I should have worked in one more set of hinges. Although I think there's only 4 left. All right. I think I'm going to build the gates later. But I will still put on these pieces. Where are my tiles? What's going on in the chat?
Oh, somebody was asking me how I was doing. I said, I'm doing well, but starting to get hungry. And Brett responded and said, yeah, Classic Bricks wins dinner.
we need a steward to send us pizza.
Oh, Stuart.
I miss Stuart.
Well, it's like I was watching the one of the 24-hour Beyond the Brick live streams recently, and pizza was delivered midstream to Joshua.
Yep, that was Stuart.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Stuart?
Stuart does the...
And he sent it to Boone also.
Ah, gotcha.
Let's see. This would probably be best if I did this. And this. Sorry. That song is, for some reason, that song, a few weeks ago I had a bunch of Harry Belafonte songs stuck in my head. I'm not sure quite where they came from and haven't really heard that music in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Brett Hooper, haha, yeah, how about 6 o'clock?
Spot the Magic Ninja, $5 for a slice. Super chat.
Hey, Spot the Magic Ninja. Dave, I love that you kind of sang the song.
I'll do it better. Spot the Magic Ninja. There we go.
Nice. I love it. Love that we have these things. Spot, thank you so much. What did that say, Jesse? Did I have to load the parts in manually? Yes, I did have to load the parts in manually. Not completely manually. I loaded each, I just sort of like set each part on the palette and then, or set each part on the build surface once, and then saved it at, saved all those parts to a custom palette. And then I was able to go into the text. There's a text-based file in the system, in like the what do you call it? It's like file, program file folders that can be edited to make the quantities exactly what you want them. And so that part I didn't have to do manually. I mean, it still is a version of manual, right? I had to go through the thing and add the quantities. But okay, I'm getting ahead of myself here. I need to add some parts in here.
Yeah, after you mentioned that this morning, actually, while I was still in the stream, I'm pretty sure I found the file, but I'm going to wait for you to send me the info.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm in no hurry. You're a little bit busy and tired.
Busy and tired.
Cody Otley. Ahoy.
There he is.
Yep.
Pirate.
Cody. All right.
Hey, Cody. May the brick be with you.
Let's see. Is the next, when is the next, oh, right there. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in now. That'll give me some structural integrity on these brackets. Do either of you guys have dinner plans tonight?
No, not yet. But yeah, I'm gonna have probably get out of here pretty soon because I'm definitely starting to get hungry. I had a small lunch and very early. What about you?
No sweat. I don't know what we're doing, but I told my family that I'd come back inside at 6 p.m. to have dinner with them. So that'll be the end of part 2. And I don't know. Part 3 might be later tonight. Part 3 might be Monday.
Nice.
And I've got a lot to do next week. So if whatever sections of this build have to happen after today, they're probably going to be in shorter chunks, like maybe an hour a day or something like that. Scott says, did Boone design the alt build? Yes, I did. I designed this alt build. It's not an official alt build. This is a Boone Builds alt build for the Roman Colosseum. And yes, I did design it. Okay, here we go. And for anyone who hasn't seen, like if you've just joined recently and you haven't seen the pictures of what I'm building here, here is the pictures, and I call it Castello Fortificato.
And I hear Brett had something to do with that.
Brett thought it would be fun to call it something in Italian.
Yeah.
And I'm saying it wrong still, but it's like Castello Fortificato. In Italian means fortified castle.
Yep.
I liked both of those words. I liked Castello and fortress. Fortress is an even cooler word. It's like fortizzo or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wanted to try to work both of those words in there. Here, I'll run through these real quick. So this is is an alternate build to the Roman Colosseum. It was just announced today. This is kind of a 3/4 back shot. And then here's kind of a front, I don't know, downward angle. But I'll go back to, because this one gives you a little glimpse of up there on the top. There's sort of this, I don't know, what would you call that? An atrium area. So basically,
like an open garden on top of the walls.
Yeah. So right now I'm working on these lower walls and the center of the building down here, in here.
Mm-hmm.
And then in this part of the building, there's actually, and the center part of the building down at this level is just a bunch of solid nothing. But the center inside here it's like a throne room. And so it's somewhat detailed inside. And then you can see at this section right in here, this whole section actually lifts off. And I don't know how easy that's going to be to do because it's got these tall buildings on top of it. But it exists. And that'll lift off and you can see that throne room in there. And then on top of that is where we get that sort of garden, that rooftop garden area. You can kind of walk around between these other buildings that are up there on top of that roof.
Do any of those like roofs or towers like lift off like modular buildings, or?
They're not. So the roof that I described does lift off.
Okay.
It is designed to lift off right there like a modular building. The challenge of that is that all of these other buildings are stuck to the top of it. So I don't know. We'll see how easy it is. At that point, I may have to do a small redesign so that you can pull each of these buildings off before pulling that off.
Okay.
It wouldn't be a difficult redesign because each of these sort of has its own was kind of its own build that ended up getting placed onto this area.
Those dark bluish grays on the top of each of the towers, are those like 6x6 tiles or something?
Yeah, they're right. Where are they? There's a here. I'll put it just back on the thing here. There's a big bag of 6x6 tiles in this set.
I'd love to get me some of those at some point.
Yeah, I don't know how many are in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Probably 30, 32 of these in the set. Yeah, I was actually pretty pleased with myself on how I got those incorporated in the top of those turrets. And it's a little bit unrealistic because it doesn't really leave a way for a character to get up there.
That's okay. Use your imagination.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. On the other hand, it looks really nice and clean.
I like the way you incorporated the green pieces as trim. I think they pop nicely.
Yeah, I'm glad you noticed that. I'm glad I thought of that. It was really, of all the colors that are not tan and like black and gray, this set has probably more green than any, it has some blue, very little yellow, very little red. There did happen to be, when you're building Lego sets, sometimes they'll give you just like a 1x1 as a marker so that you don't place a later piece in the wrong place.
Yep.
Well, they gave a few yellow 1x1 rounds plates, and I ended up using those. You'll see in just a little bit here. I use those as like the flames on kind of sconce torch type things on the inner courtyard here. But there's literally only 2 other yellow pieces. And so all that red and most of the blue and the yellow pieces, and there's a couple white pieces, that just all gets buried into the structure of this castle.
Right.
But there's enough green that I'm like, all right, I'm latching onto that green as, pieces of the castle. It's also, the grass and kind of the moss on the side of these rocks, but I'm okay with that.
Right. But yeah, I like the regular green because it really does add a little bit of variety to the otherwise mostly tan building.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And I feel like that is a big thing that sets it apart from, in no way am I going to try to compare my model to the Colosseum. It's just, it's apples and oranges, right? Like the Colosseum is super legit. There's some incredible techniques in there that I did not even come close to in my castle, but I do think one thing that sets it apart is that it's got that little extra pop of color that just makes it, makes it a different thing,
Moto's in the chat.
Moto's in the chat. Moto's back in the chat. Spot says, Moto has his eyes on us. I don't know if that's what he's referencing there, but all right. Let's see.
I saw the mini moto was in the chat earlier, or in the video earlier.
Yeah.
That was fun. I wasn't didn't have audio on at the moment, but that's fun to see.
He popped on for a fleeting moment, but it was fun.
Oh look, I can make Spot wear a hat.
Hey, that's cool.
Yes, you can. Very well done.
All right. I'm at it again.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Hey, I would hope either of you feels free to leave whenever you're hungry for dinner.
Yeah, I was actually just about to do that. And then I'll probably see you in your chat tomorrow with your stream with Mark, if I can fit that into my busy Lego schedule, which is getting busier all the time.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Dave.
Yeah, have a good evening, you two.
Bye, Dave.
See you guys later.
Then there were two.
Oh my goodness.
What do you think about you know how like when you put bricks together, let's see if I can show an example of what I'm talking about here. So I've got this inner structure, and out here on the corner, I don't have like the outer walls overlapping. They literally just come to like the corner points come together. I don't know if you can tell, like right in there.
Okay.
And so there's going to end up being just a tiny gap between that like inner corner edge of there.
Oh, I see.
And only because, you know, bricks are just like slightly less than like their actual geometry. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Because it's hard to get the corners to line up to be to be like there's just no visible light coming through.
So I guess I'm just wondering, like, I'm gonna be okay with that because I feel like it's kind of like the spirit of what it's supposed to be doing, and not so much like how does it 100% look in real life. But
So that wall is only halfway built, right? So it's
yeah,
twice as much height, so you're not going to see it.
yeah,
And I
that's
think
true.
on the front you had put what snot bricks with cheese slopes on it to kind of break up some.
Oh yeah, that's around the outside edges. I just have those in some different spots, sort of breaking it up. Yeah,
because that's how you would hide that gap, but may not be as important for that part.
yeah. All right, cool. I think I've actually just reached the next step. That took a while.
Nice.
I'm gonna be really tempted. I'm gonna be really tempted to finish some of this off stream, but I'm gonna try not to.
Just pluck it away.
Let's see how many of those do we. Just because I would build faster and be less self-conscious if I was just building by myself. But I appreciate being here, and I appreciate everyone being here to support. Okay, let's see. So these start
Ooh.
there.
Moto says they aren't gaps; they're just arrow slits.
Yeah, there you go.
That way you can shoot from safety.
Sweet. That sounds rock and roll.
Or Molly says it's ventilation. It's very important.
Yeah, ventilation.
It's awesome.
Oh, Molly.
I really want to see her like her build studio. I'm curious. Although she probably shows it in some of her videos that I have not seen all of them. I've seen her show off some stuff with like a screen behind it, but I have not seen her build studio.
Yeah, we should do some sort of big push to like get people to do like virtual tours of their build spaces.
Yeah.
And make like a big thing of it. I don't know, you know. All right.
All right.
Any plans this weekend, Brett? Have you been going to Lug lately?
I only went to a partial virtual one, and then realized that you went live at the exact same time. So it was like, I'm gonna bounce over, watch Boone.
Bummer. I should have avoided that.
No, it's okay.
That was not my intention. What time is the lug meeting tomorrow?
I think it's the same normal time, like 1 kind of unofficial business and 2 being more official.
Oh, that's good. Mark and I should be done by then. So, yeah, I would never mean to pull people away from a lug meeting just for a live stream.
Yeah. Ooh, real loud.
What'd you say?
That was loud.
Oh, the pieces?
The bricks, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so yeah, it's now my weekend. I had a very wet day at work, being outside in the pouring rain. Got home and dried off and doing some Lego chats, and tomorrow I'll watch you. I got some building to do. We are about to do some house projects next, maybe January. So I feel like if I want to do any building, I gotta do it now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's see what we got here. Some of those. All right, that works. Mm-hmm. 1, 2. Here's the other ones.
Someone asked how often are lug meetings, or how often are they? And they happen every month. It's the second
Oh, wait, someone was just here. Who was just here?
I don't know. Try again, whoever it was.
Darn it, I just missed it. Moto.
There we go.
Were you just here, Moto?
I hit the wrong button like an idiot.
Oh, okay. Were you
That was
waiting?
me.
You weren't waiting for too long, were you?
No.
Okay, good.
No, you're on top of it, man.
I'm surprised you're back.
No, I had playtime.
Okay.
I played Zookeeper to the Wild Lion, and it was mostly involved wrestling and getting clawed. And so I'm glad to be sitting down here with you now.
Okay. Nice. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So is that
I feel
another
like
new ornament that you built, Moto? I saw you showing it up earlier.
I'm modifying it to make it more snowflake-like. It was a nice pattern, but I got this idea in my head that it would look better as a true snowflake.
Yeah.
So I figured if someone's going to be epic building, I can show a little bit of build support by trying to lay down a few pieces here and there along the way.
They're calling me out like I should be building something right now.
You don't have to.
Hey, actually, I did build one thing. I built it for Tricky Lugs 2-week challenge. Like I built it in an hour, and I forgot to send it into them.
Oh, what a pity. Can you show it now?
Yeah. So when you build something that's futuristic, kind of the thing that stands out the most are flying cars. So this is what I built. It's a flying car. Flying car. Okay. I built that just for giggles.
Well, you got it out of me. That's hilarious.
It's a flying car. Come on.
It's exactly what it says it is. Oh, shoot. I need a clicky for this plate. There we go.
Does anybody else dress up their brick separator? Mine's got a gold chain on them.
Oh, dude, check this out.
I can't. I just see me.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Thanks for the reminder.
It's The reason it's taking so much time is because I just once you start, you can't stop building clickies. They're infectious. They're
Oh, it's all the family.
Hold on.
Like all
it's
the,
a
all the
clutch of
different,
clickies.
it's like every
Nice.
little expression. Like, do I feel happy? Do I feel sleepy? Do I feel confused?
And it's funny, if you switch the left and right eye, they do have a slightly different expression to me.
Yeah.
Where it's
Oh,
kind
you
of like,
guys!
you know.
I
What
just
is it,
realized. I just realized I haven't been running my time lapse for like this entire section of the stream.
Oh. Well, take
Oh,
me
well.
off the spotlight and get that thing running.
Oh, I've got. Oh yeah. Okay.
Are you going to
Yeah.
insert like a SpongeBob 2 hours later cutscene?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I'll have to.
2 hours later.
Here we go. Wait. Except it doesn't even really seem like my GoPro is responding now. Maybe that's why I wasn't running it, because it.
Did the battery go?
Oh, I've got it.
Hard.
I've got it plugged into power.
Oh, man.
I don't know what's going on here.
Can we call tech support?
Yeah. Sometimes I have to like. Do something to it to make it. Well, I'm gonna keep plugging away. If that chooses to connect. That's okay though. I don't feel like capturing the. I mean, I wanted it for posterity, but it's not gonna be the end of the world. We couldn't connect your
No,
GoPro.
it's not the
Weird.
end.
What?
It's not the end of the world.
Maybe if I just. Oh, I think it's.
Okay, let's see if I can modify this lickety split and get it done by the end of this.
Nathaniel Stoner just sent me a message somewhere. Let me see what he said. Some of us were something.
Oh, Mr. Rubber Nose, thank you. Yeah, I'll get out of the way. That's my pal.
That's awesome.
Nice. All right.
It'll be really cool if you, when you finish that castle, to do like some outside shots and.
Oh yeah, I want to take it to Crown Point.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be really cool. I'm glad you're excited about that, because I am too.
I know your the ones you did of your fire truck were just amazing. So.
Oh, I'm glad you think so. I just, those were done right over by the trees that run along Troutdale Road out there that all change pretty colors.
Yeah, that's my wife does all her like photography stuff there. So.
Yep, it was right over there. So I'm shooting across. There's a kind of a walking path on the opposite side of the road,
Mm-hmm.
and and there's some trees over there too. So I'm shooting. You know, I've got the fire engine sitting on that path, and I'm shooting across the street to kind of get that. You know, it's difficult to tell how big those trees are in the background because they're quite a distance away, because it's all the way across Troutdale Road. But I had to wait. You know, I had to take my snaps between cars passing because that path is low enough that you can't see Troutdale Road, but Troutdale Road is running right between the foreground and the background, and I just had to take shots between cars.
Huh.
Boone went on down to Troutdale Road.
Huh. All right, what
cool.
else? What else we gotta do?
I love seeing vehicles out there in kind of real life where you fake the perspective. It's a really cool effect.
Yeah, and I didn't go to great lengths to try to fool anybody on that. I've seen people do some really unbelievable work with model cars and the ability to kind of use forced perspective to make them look like life-size vehicles in the real world. I just feel like I did just enough of sort of like obscuring, creating distance between, particularly creating distance between the vehicle and the trees in the background. Okay, now some of these colors do not look right on here, but I'm just going for it because I'm pretty sure this is it. Is that right?
The display, it does. It looks like a standard orange, but that sand orange we were talking about earlier, you don't know what color to call that, but
yeah, and these are even different than that. I don't know what that is. This is like dark. It's like dark orange or something.
Looks like whoever made the set really put some awesome colors into the model for repurposing later on.
Yeah.
Like that's an azure, or is that a teal?
I think that's an azure.
Yeah, man, there's just really awesome colors coming into the palettes now.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Okay, what do I got next? Those guys, more of those. I need some cheese wedges. Cheese slopes, sorry. I said cheese wedges for years because, in real life, you sort of think of like cheese wedge.
Well, they are wedges. I mean, if you turn them sideways.
Yeah. But I feel like in the, in like the naming scheme of element types, they're slopes. Henry said what? Same, please. Hi, Lego Joe. Hi, Henry. Cody, we should get you on the stream here. Oh, Scott said, I watched someone on Twitch build Boone's fire truck. Cool.
Oh, wow.
Who was it? There was a guy on YouTube who did a review of my fire truck back when it came out. And it was just such a warm, kind review. And it was like the guy who ran the channel had his dad come on and do the review because he's like a career firefighter. And he had all this, he knew all this information about what the different parts of the fire engine would be used for, back in the day. And he was just very kind, he certainly, knowing what he knows, he could have pointed out all the things that were inaccurate, or I don't know. But I really appreciated it. It was a wonderful review. No, of course, I can't remember who it was, but all right, what's up next?
So
that goes across there. Did you have a question, Moto?
Yeah, it was more self-introspection. Like, what is it? Yeah, what is it kind of like to have that experience of being a set designer, and to have someone having this thing that you just kind of put together and enjoy, right? And they're having this experience, and you're watching that. I was just kind of trying to put my mind into what that must be like. It must be incredible.
Yeah, that is pretty much the only experience I have with that, is the Bricklink ADP. But
still counts as far as I'm concerned.
It's it's pretty incredible just to know, and I had so many friends that don't have another ounce of Lego in their house, yet they bought that model to support me, and because they wanted to support me, and they wanted like a piece of kind of that history, as it were. So I'll go to these friends' houses from time to time, and maybe they've left it sealed in the box and they've got it up on a shelf somewhere, or maybe they built it and they've got it up on a shelf somewhere. And then I see these strangers, people online that talk about it and about how much they love it, and people would reach out to me. One of the beautiful things about that too is they let me put, and I think they did this for everyone, but they let me put my email address in the or maybe it was a hashtag in the kind of designer notes in the inside cover of the instruction booklet. And so I was able to kind of see and hear from people who built the set and enjoyed it, and that was a real gift.
I've got the set right here.
Oh man! And
Hey, there it is.
And it's autographed.
what's that autograph on there? Who is that guy?
Where did that come from?
What do you mean?
Did you buy it during the pre-sale?
Yeah, you've seen mine on display, right?
Yeah.
Mine's in a solid 24 karat gold, fully illuminated shelf shrine in my room, and it's right next to my ship in the bottle, which is also autographed. Yeah, so I was going to look up what you said about it. I believe it had your name somewhere on here. Contact you.
It's in the manual. It might have just been a hashtag or something like that, but people were able to find me on social media and stuff, and
yeah,
that was a lot of fun.
It has just a little bit. Your Instagram and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
It's just a little.
I am putting in the torches now, which are way too high. If this is micro scale, they're way too high to be lit, or to be the kind of torches that you would grab off of the wall and carry around. Way too large, actually, and too high. But I'm okay with that because it just means that they're a different type of light.
They're those big, epic oil ones.
Yeah.
Yep. That's how you light a castle properly, folks. None of this wooden stuff.
Okay, I need some more of those. Another piece that there are many of in this set that I love is the 1x1, what is it? 1x1 round tile with pin, I think is what it's called on Bricklink, but I would call it with bar sticking out of the top. You know what I'm talking about? I love that piece.
Sorry, it's a 1x1 what?
So it's a 1x1 round. I would call it a tile because it's more the shape of it is more like a 1x1 round tile, but it has will this focus?
The inkwell? Yeah, it's an inkwell.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love that piece.
Yeah, people call it different things. I call it the inkwell because the first time I saw it, it had one of those single feathers in it.
Yeah.
I think it was probably like a Harry Potter medieval set.
Yep.
And, it's just oh, inkwell. I love that piece because it's one of the few pieces you can use to reverse the stud direction very quickly.
Right.
That inkwell,
Yeah.
the top of it will fit into any hollow cylinder, like a Apollo stud or a standard cylinder piece with an opening.
Yeah.
So I used it on that mock right over there to reverse the direction because I had something was going, I had a pew going stud out, and then I needed to reverse it to get a dish to go the right way for that sci-fi look. And so you just take an inkwell and you jam it in and you quickly reverse the direction of any, blaster, pew, small, whatever it is, column, whatever you're working with. But those are great pieces.
Okay, will you describe one more time what you were doing there?
With the inkwell?
Yeah. Did you
Yeah,
just show it?
Inkwell.
I was
grab
just
an inkwell.
focused.
No, it's okay. Ow. As long as I don't break my ankle, I'll show you guys. Okay, there's my snot box. And then...
Okay, and now I use up
All right.
a great deal of the remainder of the 1x1 bricks.
Nice.
There was a spot where, like, I need some more structure here. The thing that I have in the greatest quantity are 1x1s, and I just used them.
Copy paste. Copy paste. Copy paste.
I was actually describing this morning. I didn't do any copy pasting on this model because I was being very careful to watch my quantities as they were disappearing from my custom palette.
Yep.
So this design actually took longer than it typically would designing in studio because everything I built that could have been a duplicate, I actually took the time to build again.
You're being really diligent with your quantities. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. You want me to full screen you?
Yeah, you can focus
There
on
we go.
building. I'll try to distract the crowd.
Solo layout.
Okay, little tutorial. So imagine this is a spaceship. Whoa.
Sorry.
Cody Otley's here. Or
He'll
he's
be
not.
here as soon as we get back.
Okay. So this is I'm building a spaceship. At the very, very end, I want you to look at this
Oh,
rod,
yes.
right?
Yes.
So the rod has a
Yep.
positive male end,
Mm-hmm.
and I need to switch it so I get the dish facing out like a 1950s thing.
Yep.
So there's an inkwell, and this time I used a flower petal.
Yep.
In gold. But here's the technique. So I'm going to gently set this down before I do a moto. All right. So I'm a little bags of inkwells. So if you have an inkwell piece, this receiver is not a true stud. It's thinner, and it fits into any negative space of the little safety air hole. They mold into these pieces. So if I have a positive construction and I need to reverse it, I can either use a cylinder. There's one example. I could use a cone.
Very cool.
Or if you're looking to add your style points up, the flower petal has a negative receiver. Or if you get creative, I call these Apollo studs. They're studs with the gap knocked out in the middle.
Why? Where'd you get that name? Apollo said?
I got it from a Blair Archer, and I guess it's some designer's name at Lego maybe was responsible for the creation of this element, but
Oh, okay.
I didn't know what else to call it, so as long as someone else has a shorter name for it, I kind of gravitate to that. But there you go. You're going to introduce a slight rise, but you can go from a single stud. This is one of the most compact tube-to-tube or negative-to-negative tricks that you can pull off.
Very cool.
And then I also like it if you need to do a double wide plate version. These little suckers are relatively new elements, and they are.
Oh, I love that element. We were talking about that element earlier in the stream.
Favorites, new favorites. And sure enough, you could jam two of those inkwells in, and you could start to get a chain link or whatever negative to negative effect you want. Like if you were to make a larger size bicycle, I bet you this is the way you could make a really cool looking bicycle chain or my mind just starts going in many directions dealing with this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
There's another technique, which is how do you get a male to male, or stud to stud outward connection reversal very quickly. So to do a slight transition into another demo, let me clean up slightly.
I'm looking forward to this
before
one.
My desk becomes an utter nightmare. All right. So these little these little pieces that are used for the
Yes.
tires?
Okay. Yes.
So if you look closely, this tire piece is basically a stud, but it has that little bit of an inkwell projecting out. So if you're going to cheat that, you have to have a brick height. You can't use plates because of that little end that protrudes out. But you're going to use that as a stud. And so if you look at the tire component, it has two studs that you can leverage facing outward.
Well, now hold on. Couldn't you do that with two Apollo studs?
You know what? I've got two Apollo studs in front of me. Okay, here's one Apollo stud. Never tried it before. Boone, you're a genius. Oh, snap. It worked.
Wow.
Yep.
So now you've got basically a four-plate height transition from.
I think it might
opposing...
be 3 plates. I'm gonna let's quick stack. Okay, quick stack. Only on a Boone live stream are we doing Lego math on the fly here. Okay, 3 plates, 1 brick. And
maybe it's a strange something that's not quite.
Oh, diggity dong it! I think it is.
Ooh.
So the way to do it is I'm going to grab a tile. I'm going to jam the plates like that. I'm going to come down on the other side with the plates again. Okay, now I've got that math worked out.
Oh, look at that.
And the question is, if I grab a tile,
will it just fit right in
there?
there?
I'm going to use a jumper plate just because I have it here, but the edge of the jumper plate. Oh, it is the smallest. It's off by the width of
the hair on my chinny chin chin.
Yeah, it's one of those fig things that you put on their back. That little tiniest of gaps.
Like half a bracket or something?
Yeah, or is it like...
All right, I'm gonna bring us back to
bring it back to you. Anyway, it's like
I'm gonna put us to 4.
This has been
Cody.
Hey, Cody.
Cody's been waiting so patiently.
Hey.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great.
Well, that's crazy.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. It's bombing. I've been building Barracuda Bay. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Bag 14, so close. So
cool.
So close.
Such a rad set.
Yeah.
How you enjoying it so far?
Oh yeah, it gets you right in the nostalgia feels so hard.
Yeah, and I mean not even just the content, but like the style of the building is even sort of old school, right?
Yeah, it's unreal. And plus the classic yellow, like a lot of people hate the yellow, which I've hated yellow for years, but something about the yellow on this ship is just, yeah.
Did you say you've hated yellow?
I've never really liked yellow. I mean, I had this ship when I was 7 too, but yellow is just not my jam.
Yeah, I love yellow.
I only work in black.
Yellow's one of my favorite colors.
Yeah.
I use yellow all over my channel.
Cody, you're Batman?
So many 1x1s. So many 1x1s. All right, let's see. What can I get done here in the next? Cody, you caught us late in the stream. I'm joining my family for dinner in about 6 minutes.
It's all good. Just have to say hey.
But I'm glad to see you.
Apparently,
You
I need a
should
better
get-
camera.
You made a what?
Apparently, I need a better camera.
Oh, it's fine.
You just need different lighting.
I don't look that great right now.
Is it a little out of focus? Is that the problem?
It's just, I don't know. It's grainy. It's an old laptop. I need to get a better camera if I'm going to stream things.
I'd watch that.
Have you been building any MOCs, Cody?
No mock. Just been building sets lately. I honestly haven't done anything for a long time. So since Bricks
Yeah.
Cascade is the last time I really built a mock.
Yeah.
When I did that Roman little thing.
Yeah, cool.
That's why this Coliseum's killing me. It's a good, yeah.
Yeah, how do you feel about it, Cody? Do you want it? Do you like it?
My dilemma has always been I always want the biggest set ever made that Lego, and I missed initially when the first Taj Mahal came out, I missed it.
Okay.
And so then the new Falcon came out, and I was like, hey, I've got to have that. Something about having the biggest set ever made. I don't know. That's just, it's a Lego problem, a full collector problem, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the interesting thing about this one is it is bigger by the, parts count term that we tend to use to categorize which set is the biggest. But it does not have the footprint of the Falcon,
Mm-hmm.
The biggest pieces in this are, well, there are 10 16 by 16s, but I'd say like the biggest pieces in quantity are 6 by 6 tiles, and the Falcon has very large panels in fairly large quantities, if my memory serves me correct.
Yeah, I guess it's more the piece count. It's the biggest piece count set ever made, right?
Yeah, and I mean, and that is how we tend to define biggest. It's just interesting that this time, for the last while, biggest has meant biggest, right?
Yeah, true. That's true.
And
Size matters.
and now this one, it's like we're still gonna say biggest because what we mean by biggest is parts count, but it doesn't literally take up as much space as the old biggest.
Yeah.
And I think that there's a difference of like close to 2,000 parts, right?
Yeah, I think it was 1,500 parts or something like that above the Falcon. Yeah.
Well, anyway.
To me, it's reminiscent of that epic nano scale Hogwarts. You get a lot of parts, but they're architectural. It's like working in the itty bittiest of scales.
Right.
That's sort of the way I mentally approach it, at least for myself.
All right. How many more of those do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Moto, what did you do?
Well, I need at least 22.
I'm just watching.
I know, it's like, do you watch? Do you build?
I'm not good with distractions. Like I would either be talking or building. It's hard to do both. So.
Right? I've got the live chat over on my TV streaming in the background, and I'm like, do I look over there?
I found a way to pull up both, so I'm in both.
Oh, Killer. I think the biggest should be the pyramids of Gaza. I made a joke about that. Someone was talking about how monotonous the Colosseum was, and I'm like, take on Gaza, man. If you want monotony in a build with a little bit of different detail for the exact placement of the jaggedness on the outside, the core of that, though, oh my gosh, you would be in for a heck of a... Your fingers would probably be burning by the end of that.
You'd almost have to do a cutaway so you could like pull out the cutaway to see the stuff inside. Yeah.
maybe like a Stargate in there, and
I was gonna say there's a
Stargate, that would be it.
there's a basketball court inside, right? Isn't that? Oh no, I'm sorry, that's the Matterhorn.
There's tunnels to get from one to the other.
Yeah, but they're so small. But yeah, that would be an interesting thing if you made it hollow, and you did the whole Stargate thing, and you made it really crazy sci-fi, so it did look like Gaza, and then you just lifted the shell off, and underneath this like all this crazy gold.
There was a mock that someone did that I saw.
Well, of course.
At BrickCon, it was epic.
Oh hey, y'all! It is time for me to go join my family for dinner. Thank you all so much for being here. Thanks, Cody. Thanks, Brett. Thanks, Moto.
Thanks.
Sure.
You guys are awesome. Thanks, everyone who's been watching. Corona Killer. That's made me laugh. Crystal Crab, Roy Hobbs, Scott is here. Y'all are great. Henry, Classic Bricks. Thanks earlier to Dave. Thanks earlier to Molly. We got to get Molly in here one of these days. You're all great. I will be back for more of this. I don't know if it'll be tonight or if it'll be next week, but either way, Mark and I are going to be building here tomorrow. I'm going to be building the Ghostbusters Ecto 1 hopefully here on Sunday. Brett, Moto, Cody, do you have anything for the good of the order before I sign off?
I do. I'm about 30 seconds from finishing.
Brett took my line.
What was that?
May the brick be with you.
Yes. May the brick be with you.
Always.
Bingo.
There you go.
Thanks, Moto. Thanks, everybody. Please consider subscribing to Boone Builds here on YouTube or Facebook. You're all wonderful. Appreciate everyone's support. Thank you for the super chatters earlier in the stream. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going here whenever we can.
Yeah,
this thing's gonna get finished eventually.
I'm excited to see you and Mark go to town on that set. That's gonna be incredible.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
I'm looking forward to that. Take it easy.
Thanks a lot, everybody. Go build something amazing. This has been Boone Builds.